now that I think about it, I really blame you motherfucking weak ass hoes for letting these niggas motherfucking think they can play with real bitches.
We need multiple ambulances.
Kill them all. Those were the chilling words deputies say came from a mother, standing beside her own car, where she had shot 4 of her own kids.
Also tonight, a mother is accused of shooting her 4 children, killing 2 of them. The Brazoria County Sheriff's Office says the children were found yesterday at a gas station in Angleton after they say the mother called them.
Early one morning in Brazoria County, Texas, a routine patrol turned into a nightmare scene straight out of a horror movie.
We're doing first aid. We're doing everything we can.
Officers responding to a quiet gas station found 4 young children slumped in a car, 2 gone, 2 clinging to life. And right beside the vehicle stood their mother, 31-year-old Oninda Romulus, calm, detached, almost hollow.
Like, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, I almost got retard on my motherfucking forehead. Like, niggas be thinking that bitch is green.
When investigators asked what happened, she reportedly mumbled, "They're with the devil, they're dead to me." What could push a mother to something so unimaginable? This isn't a case of rage in the moment, this was something far darker. This is the story of Oninda Romulus, who lost her mind and shot her 4 kids for no apparent reasons. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. Oninda Romulus was a typical young lady who was just like any other lady.
You can see the signs. What kind of hang ass nigga tell you, oh, you spend too much money on your nails and your goddamn hair and feet, you can be saving that money? Bitch, you go over there and tell that hoe how to live her life. A bitch that don't call no nigga for nothing? How the hell you gonna tell me what the fuck to do with my money, bitch?
According to her profile, she was from Miami but lived in Atlanta, Georgia, but was originally from Haiti. She went to Crim High School and studied political science at Georgia Perimeter College. Oninda had worked in so many organizations. She worked as caterer at Willie's Mexican Grill, she worked as a cashier at McDonald's, and was also a package handler at UPS. Suddenly, she started rapping.
Cold nights, no lights, just dreams in my head. I push through the struggle while they all fucking dead. Mama pray for me, she say, baby, keep your head high. Now I'm moving mountains, yeah, I'm reaching for the sky. Fake love surround me, but I stay 10 toes. Trust you, I don't got no time for no hoes, yeah, I cut loose. That's just how the gang go. Pain in my past, but it made me tough. Diamonds in my vision, so I had enough.
After rapping, she became a tax preparer, which was where she made a lot of money, which she flaunted online.
Yeah, bankroll getting bigger.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Discovered by the cops that she was only using that as a front.
3 social security cards, 48 ID cards, and 16 credit cards, some having Romulus's name, others with different names in her photo. Many were in various stages of being made.
She was actually into fraudulent activities. Oninda had a boyfriend who she fell in love with. They dated for a while and she ended up getting pregnant. But because she was seeing someone else and believes that might be the father of the baby, she took them both on TV for a paternity that none of the men was the father of the baby. She continued seeing one of the men for a long time despite the national humiliation until he was convicted of trying to kidnap a prosecutor's father. So she found another man, had 2 more babies, but it ended again. Then she found this guy she had been posting lately. This latest one would be someone she had another child with. This child would be one of the kids she shot dead. She would post them together to oppress her friends on social media. Unfortunately, that would end again when the boyfriend was arrested for murder. She was used to ending up with convicts at this point, but it started to weigh on her after 4 kids. She was getting fed up but didn't want to say too much, so she started posting cryptic messages on social media which indicated she wanted to live her life and won't let any child stop that. In one of her posts, she said, "This past week the devil has sent his minions to irritate and annoy me. I'm just glad I ignored them, cause the way I'm heading it's jail or hell. Thankful I've made it this far." She sounded like she was mad at her last boyfriend. She posted online saying, "I'm glad you learned your lesson. Please stop disrespecting these women, never know how tired they are." Other times she sounded happy and grateful. She again posted this message which reads, "My gift to myself this year was a bigger home for me and my kids. My salon being finished and done the way I want everything. A car that fits all my kids comfortably. My land I bought to build my mini mansion in Haiti. The best gift I ever gifted myself was peace for 2023. In this video, she celebrated her kid's birthday. That would be her last birthday before she was killed by her own mom. She kept showing off money, material things, and letting people believe she was very happy and she was making a lot of money. That wasn't the case in real life. Well, on October 4th, Oninda called the cops to report what she had done. No one expected that type of call from any mother. Well, Oninda had shot all her 4 kids. When police arrived, there was a lady right beside the vehicle. It was their mother, 31-year-old Oninda Romulus, calm, detached, almost hollow. When investigators asked what happened, she reportedly mumbled, "They're with the devil, they're dead to me." In the back seat, 4 children, ages 3 to 13, each shot at close range. 2 were unresponsive. 2 still had faint pulses. Within minutes, EMS rushed the survivors to a hospital in critical condition. And as they worked frantically, one deputy asked her, "Who did this?" Her answer, "I told you. I killed them all." They airlifted 2 of the kids who still had pulse to a nearby hospital where they were put in a stable condition, but the other 2 kids died.
We are learning heartbreaking new details tonight about a mother accused of the unimaginable, shooting her 4 children and killing 2 of them.
This is a previous mugshot you're looking at of Oninda Romulus. Tonight, court documents revealing what she told deputies from behind bars. Anieli Ruiz is following the story. And Anieli, I know you spoke to the suspect's father tonight.
I spoke with her father briefly over the phone. He says they're still trying to make sense of it all. They had just moved to Texas in May without any family here. Tonight, court documents are painting a disturbing picture of what may have led to the deaths of 2 young children, allegedly at the hands of their own mother. 31-year-old Oninda Romulus is accused of shooting all 4 of her children early Saturday morning. Investigators say she drove nearly an hour from her home in Porter to this gas station in Angleton and then called 911.
We need multiple ambulances.
You can hear the officers' urgency as they uncover a tragic scene. 13-year-old Okero Covington had been killed, and 3-year-old Amara Chappelle also died in the back seat.
We're doing first aid. We're doing everything we can.
Officers rushed to help the 2 surviving children, 9-year-old Kyle Romelius and 8-year-old Traviel Donner. Both were airlifted to Memorial Hermann Hospital fighting for their lives. Meanwhile, their mother was taken into custody, and what she allegedly told investigators is chilling. When asked why she called 911, court documents said she told investigators, "Instead of them doing it to me, I'm going to do it to them." When asked do what, she reportedly replied, "Kill them all." She also told investigators she didn't call 911. She called the devil. She told detectives her children were with the devil. She went on to tell them they're dead. When asked what she meant by what she said, she replied, "You can't take me without me taking you." It's unclear what may have pushed her to this point, but investigators searched her home in Porter, but haven't released what, if anything, was found. One car was towed, but digging into her past, Oninda has a criminal record, including arrests for DUI, drug possession, and reckless driving. And nearly 12 years ago, she appeared on the reality TV show Paternity Court, trying to learn who fathered her oldest child. Neither of the men tested turned out to be the father. Now she sits behind bars, accused of something far more serious.
The oldest who she went on the TV show with had died, and also the last child who she had for the convicted murderer had died too. Her 2 other children, ages 8 and 9, survived the shooting. 13-year-old Okero Covington and 3-year-old Amara Chappelle had been killed. Police were not sure what could have pushed this mom to commit this senseless crime. Police had a briefing about the incident.
Yesterday, Brazoria County deputies responded to an unthinkable, unimaginable tragedy. This event has shaken our community, and we are all feeling the loss. While this remains an active investigation, I do want to share what details with you that I can at this point. Evidence indicates that the driver of the vehicle identifies as a 31-year-old Oninda Romulus. She's the mother of the 4 children involved. All 4 children have sustained gunshot wounds. Sadly, a 13-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl did not survive. We are thankful to report that an 8-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl are now in stable condition. We believe that the evidence shows that this tragedy has occurred inside of the vehicle, and that Romulus, the mother of the children, is the shooter. At 4:48 a.m. yesterday, Romulus called the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office. When deputies arrived, they immediately began providing lifesaver measures to each children until medical help could arrive. The 2 surviving children were life-flighted into a Houston area hospital, where they remain in stable condition. Romulus was later arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, with a total bond set at $14 million. Romulus is a current resident of the Montgomery County here in Texas, where Sheriff Wesley Doolittle is the sheriff there of Montgomery County, and he is here with us today. His office has assisted us with investigative tasks that have taken place there in Montgomery County. Our investigators, along with responding agencies, continue to collect and analyze evidence in this case and in this ongoing investigation. I also want to thank the people of Brazoria County and our surrounding communities. The prayers, the messages and support shown for these children, and also for the first responders involved in this, mean more to us than what words can express. It is impossible to make sense of a senseless tragedy like this, but we will do everything we can to seek justice for these children. I will now open this up for a few questions. However, before I do want to be clear that there are still many details that cannot be released at this point, okay? So, you have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering if you happen to know exactly the location where the shooting took place?
Again, that is part of the ongoing investigation that we're still looking into. So.
You mentioned that she called 911. Can you explain a little bit more about that? At what point did that happen?
At what point did what happen? She called, yes, she called 911. I believe the time was what, 4:48 a.m. Is that what I said? Yep. Well, yes.
What did she say exactly when she called?
She called and our deputies responded. She called and she gave us information that we needed to come to her location. We didn't know exactly what we were responding to at the time.
I'm sorry, short classification. Can you share what investigators found at their home in Montgomery County? And that was their permanent residence there?
Yeah, that's exactly where her permanent residence was. Again, that's part of the ongoing investigation. That's where her residence was, so that's why we went to that residence.
Did she have any criminal history, or is there any?
Again, that's part of the ongoing investigation that we continue to look into, and I can assure you that we will do everything in our power to find justice for these children.
Have the two surviving children been interviewed, or are there plans to interview them and get an understanding of what they saw?
Can you ask your question again?
Have the two surviving children been interviewed, or is there plans to?
Yes, they have been interviewed. They're going to continue to cooperate as well. Yeah.
Is she a parent that has sole custody of the children?
I'm not going to mention much about the custody situation. There's a lot of things that are still it's an active investigation. Okay.
Sheriff, with you having an active investigation, we understand there's not a lot that you.
There really is not.
But a lot of folks are just wondering, what went wrong here?
Right.
Is there anything that you could share with us, just as far as what went wrong here?
Like I said, at this point, this is still an ongoing. However, what is most important is that our team is working on this. We've been burning the midnight oil on this ever since this dropped, right? So I can assure you we're looking into this, and there is a lot of stuff that is not able to be released at this point. So, all right. I got one more question.
One more question. I gotta get you guys back to work.
Are you able to share what kind of weapon was recovered, or was there a weapon recovered?
I'm still, like I said, it was a weapon that she did utilize, and she did shoot. I'm not going to tell you all the calibers and all the details of it. There's not time for that.
Hey folks, I'm sorry, I just had one more question. I gotta get you guys back to work. I'll answer any additional they have.
Any indication, you said that the mother lived in Montgomery County.
Yes.
Why was she in Brazoria? Can you release that information? What brought her here?
I can, again, that is part of the active and ongoing investigation that we're looking into. I apologize.
I really appreciate you all coming down here, and I know we're not able to release a lot of information at this point. There's a lot of things that we can't speculate on as part of a criminal matter, but I just really appreciate you being down here. If you'd like, I'd be able to answer any of your questions, and I'll make sure to get that stuff in our release.
One question.
Yes.
What can you share with us today that we didn't know yesterday?
I think the biggest thing that we didn't have information of yesterday was where this event occurred. The sheriff did say it in his statement, but we do know that it did occur inside the vehicle at this point. Again, the specific locations, the specific weapons, that is all something that is still part of that ongoing investigation.
Was she taken in without incident?
I'm trying to think. I would say so, yes.
Can you spell her first and last name?
Absolutely. I actually don't have that in front of me. I apologize. I will put it in that release whenever I send it out to your respective agencies.
And she is in Brazoria County Jail?
Correct, yes. And she is on that $14 million bond.
What do we know about the motive?
The motive? I can't speculate on that right now. I can't speculate on that one right now. I do know that we are working and interviewing both her and any other witnesses involved to try to determine that.
In the press release, you guys mentioned something about individuals in custody involved in this case. What are we talking in plural?
I believe the phrasing of the press release was that all the individuals involved were detained. We've only actually taken one into custody. So, and by individuals involved, it was anyone who saw anything, any witnesses, etc., just to make sure that we got all that information. They actually, any witnesses, a lot of them have actually already come forward, which is great. So.
We just believe that there's just one person involved in this matter, and this is the mother.
Yeah, as the sheriff said, the shooter is the mother in this case, and at least all the evidence that we currently have at this point points to that.
Just to clarify, you said the call was made at 4:48 a.m.?
Yes, a.m., correct.
Is there any information on who will be taking custody of the 2 surviving children?
No, not at this time.
And it was a 13-year-old boy, 3-year-old girl?
Yes, yesterday it was 4 p.m., or the age was listed as 4, and that was my fault. I did some bad math. Apologies on that. But yes, very, very sadly, a 3-year-old.
And all 4 of those kids were her kids?
That is our understanding, is that she was the mother of all 4.
13-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl, and then what are the genders of the other 2, the 8 and 9-year-old?
I don't want to swap them. I know it was a boy and a girl, but let me confirm on which age had which.
Do you know, did they, like as far as the kids, were they, attending, a specific school district? Do you know, is that information been?
I don't have that one offhand. If that can be released, I'll put it in our press release.
The suspect, African-American, white, Hispanic?
African-American female, age 31.
Is she cooperating in the investigation? Is she being forthright?
Yes, that's a great question. I would say that she has been interviewed. That is the way I would answer that question. Any others?
She doesn't have any criminal history?
Not any that I can release at this point. Yes. Not that I'm aware of. Any other questions?
And the bond, just to confirm, 14 million, you said?
Yes, 14 million total for all 4 charges. So the 2 murder charges were both set at a $5 million bond, and then the charges for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon were each set at $2 million.
And the 2 surviving children are still in hospital? And you said stable condition?
They are in stable condition. My understanding is that they're still receiving medical treatment, but I haven't verified that in a number of hours. So.
Do we know which hospital?
Houston area is what I have.
Has the suspect, has she already appeared before a judge, or is she just in custody at this point?
She would have had to be magistrated to receive her bond amounts, so she should have appeared before a judge, at least in that capacity. Any other questions? All right, folks, thank you, and thank you for your patience. I really appreciate you. And if I'll be available as you guys take down if you think of anything. Thanks.
They began digging into her past and discovered she wasn't unknown to law enforcement. Court records from Georgia showed past arrests, DUI, marijuana possession, and a few disturbance calls, but nothing even close to this level of violence. So what triggered her that night? Authorities believe it may have been a mental breakdown or a psychotic episode, but no official motive has been released. Police went further investigating when they learned she has a 5th child. They went to her house and realized she was into fraudulent activities, which explains the way she was able to afford her lifestyle.
In new this afternoon, authorities confirm a 5th child was not in that car and is still unaccounted for. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office searched Romulus's home in Porter looking for that child. Gage Golding is live on Spear Valley Lane just off the Grand Parkway with what investigators found. Gage.
Well, what they found is a criminal investigation of their own. And before we get into that, I want to say that they came out here looking for a 5th child. Now, her family actually just arrived here at the house minutes ago. They tell me that they don't know about a 5th child. They don't know about this 17-year-old that is supposedly being sought after. That could be the reason why that the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office has not been able to find or locate, as far as we know, this 5th child supposedly involved or could be involved in this incident. But the investigation that Montgomery County now has on their hands is because when they came here looking for this child, when they got inside, what they found is what can only be described as an identity theft operation.
These are brand new search warrants obtained by KPRC2, and they tell a new story about Oninda Romulus, the mother accused of shooting her 4 children, killing 2 of them. Montgomery County deputies coming to Romulus's home Saturday morning, looking for the oldest child, a 17-year-old, who wasn't inside. Instead, when deputies broke down the front door, they came across what they described as an identity theft operation, something believed to be connected to another crime. In total, detectives finding 33 Social Security cards, 48 ID cards, and 16 credit cards, some having Romulus's name, others with different names in her photo. Many were in various stages of being made.
Some of her friends went online to take her side. One posted this: "Me and Nina spoke about a lot and she never was stressed about her kids. She took very good care of them and never abused them. She went to Houston for peace of mind and better living for her and her kids. If she didn't love them, why would she sacrifice so much for them? Y'all fake-ass bloggers and crime junkies need to focus on your own mental health and kids instead of being nosy cause y'all not trying to help at all." Others believed it was because of something she was involved in. This one reads, "I have heard Haitian witchcraft. Whatever happened, this is so sad." Oninda Romulus was charged with 2 counts of capital murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Her bond totaled $14 million, $5 million for each murder, $2 million for each assault. The surviving children remain hospitalized, and prosecutors say they'll pursue the death penalty if she's found competent to stand trial. As of now, Oninda sits in a jail cell, awaiting trial, reportedly isolated, monitored 24 hours a day. And while investigators search for answers, one truth remains: no one can ever understand what went through the mind of a woman who once tucked her children in at night. This is the heartbreaking and haunting story of Oninda Romulus, the mother accused of doing the unthinkable to her own children. If you thought you'd heard it all, you haven't. Our sincere condolences to the kids. We hope and wish the best for the 2 that survived. Please stay safe out there and we shall see you guys in the next video.